How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back with mystery beers, baby. Gotta love me some mystery beers. At least I know I love them. Most of you do too. They seem to be some of my more popular videos, which is weird because there's really nothing but me just in the title saying mystery beers. Just goes to show you, people want to watch that shit. Unless people are searching for mystery, which sounds kind of deep and meaningful in some weird way, because we're all searching for a little mystery in our life. But anyway, yeah, gonna do a little mystery beer courtesy of Matt from Jersey. He sent me off a box of beers the other day, and I think this is the second one I'm getting into. Might be the third, somewhere around there. Anyway, we're gonna dive into it. Nothing on there per all the mystery beers. The way mystery beers roll is people send me beers, I open them, I drink them, and I talk about them. This one's going to be a little tricky. It's a cork and cage, so I'm going to have to try to get this off there without knowing what beer it is, but we'll give it the old college try. So, yeah, I don't know how the hell, because it's taped up here. Okay, ooh. I got the little cork and cage piece without really revealing too much. I'm kind of excited about it now. Now, the other trick is going to be to get this cork and cage off together, I think, because a lot of times what they'll do, these corked bottles, sometimes they'll be, the actual cork will reveal what the beer is too. So let's see. Well, I'll close my eyes. I can get the cage off, put that off to the side. Oh, okay. Okay, not a big pop on her. Haven't seen much yet. Put that behind me. I don't want to see that. I'm going to play by the rules here, baby. And give her a pour. Well, here's first things first. This is what's called preconceived notions. What preconceived notion am I talking about? This bottle. There's very few breweries that use these kind of bottles. So I'm going Trogs. I'm going Lost Abbey. Those kind of breweries. So that's the one thing about the mystery beers. Sometimes you can deduce a little bit from the bottle itself. What do we have from a distance? It looks Belgian or it looks barley wine. Quarter pinky finger of cat colored head. Really nice creaminess to it, even though it's a really kind of tight head to it. Pretty tight compact bubbles. And yeah, I mean, barley wine or Belgian, man. That's really where it's leaning. Sure, it could be a sour or a couple different things, or an old ale or a blended barrel-aged beer. But those are the vibes that the color and the look are giving off. I always start my beer review sessions. I'm going to do a couple tonight with the mystery beers. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a gigantic one, so it might throw me off for the rest of the night. But those are the knocks that I take for you fellas out there. And ladies, and anybody in between. Words. Nose. Huge. Huge. Big. Huge. Malted. Barley wine. It's got to be a barley wine, right? It could be still be a barrel-aged Belgian beer, but I'm getting barrel-aged barley wine off this. I'm getting big, huge. There's something to it, though. There's a bit of extraness, spiciness to it. Yeah, to me, I can't even. I want to go Belgian now. I want to go kind of like a quad, a rich dark quad, kind of aged in a nice bourbon barrel. I'm guessing it might be kind of an Americanized English barley wine with a little bit of kind of blending going on. Maybe it's a blend of a quad and a barley wine. But I'm getting that big, rich, caramelly kind of notes from you to typically expect from a barley wine. But I'm also getting a bit of kind of soft, rich, kind of Belgian candied sugar vibe and overt sweetness. That could be coming from a barreling process. That could be coming from Belgium itself. But it does have a little bit of a yeasty component, a little bit of breadiness to it too. So it's kind of flirting with both ends of those. So based off the nose, with me having the actual allergies that I have, probably not in the best mode for sniffing out beers. But look like a barley wine, look like a Belgian dark. It smells kind of a little bit of both. But she's a big beer. She's a huge beer. She's a very robust. Barrel-wise, it seems like there's some kind of spirit involved, especially since there is a kind of booziness to it, but I couldn't tell you bourbon or whiskey or any of that from the nose. Just kind of a spirit with a little bit of kind of soft oakiness to it. Let's take a sippy poo. It's a barley wine. It's got to be. It's a barley wine. With age on it, man. Kind of makes me think there's some age on it. There's a rich caramel kind of delving into that little bit of sugar daddy vibe. You get a little bit of dates, a little figginess, but you're getting a little bit of that sugar daddy, which I like so much. There's a nice dryness to it. Don't think it's a yeast thing. I think it's a wood thing. I think there's a spirit barrel involved, but it's not showing too much other than a bit of booziness and a bit of wood. Really nice soft creaminess to it. Really nice. There's a bit of spiciness to it too. So maybe a rye barrel. It could be an American barley wine with some age on it too. I'm getting Lost Abbey vibes like crazy from this, but I'm sure it's from somewhere else. But it could be in that vein. It's not. It's just trying to guess at it, man. I don't know, but trying to nail it perfectly. It has Lost Abbey vibes to it. It has an American barley wine aged in barrels, so where the hops kind of dropped off a bit from it, to where you get a little bit of that kind of spicy hoppiness. If that's not the case, then there has to be some extra spiciness to it, like a rye barrel or something like that. But I go like kind of like an American barley wine with some age on it that sat in a barrel for quite a bit. I'm pretty sure, just basically tasting the beer the way it is, unless it was aged quite a bit in the barrel that it was in, this beer actually has some time on it too. So yeah, big robust barley wine. Might be American with age on it. Might be English with a kind of spicy barrel. That'd be that. Very, very Lost Abbey vibes going on. I haven't had a Lost Abbey beer. I can't tell you the last time I had one, actually. So if it's one of those, I mean, you know, the bottle kind of clues you into that. But if it's not, if it's something else, then it's something else. So let's see what we got here. I can't remember any of their kind of barrel. That's funny. That's funny. I was leaning on the Lost Abbey thing, and it was true. It's their Flying Mouflon Barley Wine Ale. Kind of makes sense. I really should have dialed it. Not dialed in, kind of went the other direction. Really focused on Flying Mouflon. The only reason I didn't, this is probably my saving grace. I'm right where this needs to be. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely okay with what I said, because for those that don't know, before I get too deep, Flying Mouflon is a barley wine ale. It's an oak barrel aged version. It's a wood oak barrel, Warrior Chinook, and Simcoe hops. It is an American style barley wine, and it kind of it aged very similar to this when it wasn't barrel aged. It didn't have that kind of boozy pop to it, though. It says Flying Mouflon allows bold notes of hops dipped in candied sugar, rolled in cocoa nibs. We mature our barley wine in oak barrels for over 6 months to soak in the tangy raisin and infused vanilla and chocolate decadence. Reason why I didn't nail this: I had one of these. The OG version of this, the original Flying Mouflon, was actually the first time I ever visited Trogs. I went down there. I used to have Sundays and Mondays off. I was literally getting in my car to go buy beer, like an hour away from there, and I got somebody emailed me like, "Hey man, they put Flying Mouflon in barrels and they're releasing today at noon." And I said, "Fuck it," got in my car, drove there. By far and away one of my most favorite barrel aged beers of all time. That was years ago. I don't even remember how long ago now. It's got to be 6 years maybe, give or take. But I ended up getting a bottle for my wedding, and that was about 2 weeks ago. So I had, the OG barrel aged version of this about 2 weeks ago. Markedly different beer. Not just from the time standpoint of things, but also from just the way the beer is made. This is 6 months in oak barrels. The OG Flying Mouflon spent 3 years in a bourbon barrel. You know, it's way different beer from what I remember. I had this iteration the year it came out after the original one, and I could tell there was quite a bit of difference to it. But yeah, this is a fun beer. I dig it. I like that kind of American barley wine that has been aged enough to kind of the hops kind of drop out, but it still gives you a bit of that spiciness in there. But a really fun beer. Mouth feels excellent on it. That's tasty. Thanks, Matt. That was a fun one. So yeah, let's talk about it. Is it one of my more favorite barrel-aged American barley wines? Yes. Even how much better its original brethren, or whatever you want to call it, is, the way this sits, it's still quite nice. Let me rewind there. I love Flying Mouflon. And I like it aged, and I like it barrel-aged. So any form I can get it, it's one of my favorite American barley wines. Might be my favorite American barley wine ever. So yeah, tasty stuff. Value and availability. I think this is like a $13 bottle. I remember seeing it on shelves. I'm not sure what's what. Maybe Matt could chime in and let us know what he paid for it and leave you with if you like what we like this. If you like American barley wines with a little bit of hop presence left, aged American barley wines with a nice kind of oak character. I said that to get the kind of nice oak in there. Added almost to the creaminess. That's how nice the oak kind of played in there. So if you like your oak barrel-aged barley wines, but you want a little bit of that spicy American kick to it, definitely do you proper. There you go. Another review of books. Actually, let me see. Is there a date on here before I get to the end of this? Seeing if this is this year's version or maybe last year's version. I do not know. I thought Trogs actually dated all their stuff. They did. There you go. 2016 version. So yeah, it's already almost exactly two years old. So yeah, my little guess of it having a little bit of time in the bottle is true too. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did anywhere in between down there, words and stuff and things. Massive Beers, type that into Google, see me doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive, type that into Google, see me doing the podcasting stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully enjoying a nice flying Mouflon right now, and hopefully see you next time. Cheers.